Hey everyone, finally we have launched buttons in Stackby. We have extended our push message functionality by launching a new column type called buttons. Buttons allow you to create specific actions directly from your table, like posting a tweet, sending an email, creating a Google Calendar event, or opening a form URL. Now let's see how it goes. For example, you want to send a tweet or post a tweet. So here's the tweet text and here's the button. So if you open this up, you basically have to select the button column type. And the way the button column type works is that you have to add a URL formula. So here we have added the formula where you have to concat the URL, which is the Twitter intent URL, and the text will be the tweet text, which will be encoded as a URL component. So if you write this formula, it will automatically basically create a button to send that particular tweet text directly to Twitter. So let's see how it goes. So if I click on the send tweet, you will see that this opens up in Twitter, and then you can just post a tweet. Now, the same way, if I want to send an email where I have the email address, the subject, and the body, where now I can create a URL formula where it's a concat of the mail URL, where you can see, that the to field is a URL component by email, the subject field is a URL component for the subject, and the body field is the URL component of the body. So just copy and paste this formula. We've already added this on our help center article. So all you need to do is just copy and paste and just apply, right? So once you do, you can click on send an email, and this basically opens up your Gmail, where you will see that the to has the mail and the subject and the body automatically taken right from your tables. Now, if I want to create Google Calendar events, right from Stackby, now this is super powerful. All you need to do is just add the calendar name or the event name, add the start dates and the end dates. And here we have basically created a URL formula where this will open up the Google Calendar action, where the text will be the URL component by name, and the dates will be the date time format of start date and the end date, right? So if you just copy this formula, it basically creates a button to create an event. So let's just click on that button. So that's it. You will see, the name is automatically taken, and the start date and the end date is also automatically taken, right? All you need to do is save it, or, send it to, add your guest and, send that as a calendar event. Now, the last thing is, if suppose you have a form, right? And, this form is basically, has like a basic, first name and last name. Now, I want to open up, like a very specific form URL that has the first name and the last name already filled, right? So what would that form URL be, right? So in this case, we have added like the Stackby form URL, and we have added the prefill of the first name and the prefill of the last name as URL components. So it will automatically create a prefill form URL just by a click of a button, through this formula. So let's just remove this. And if I click on the form URL here, you will see that the first name and last name is already filled, right? So for example, if I add a new one, say John Doe, it will automatically, if you click on open form URL again, you will see first name and last name John Doe is filled, right? So this is how you can configure different buttons in Stackby. This is super powerful because it allows you to do a lot of custom triggers or custom actions directly from your table. We are curating a list of all the interesting and the popular actions that you can do. So you will have all the pre-built URL formulas that you just have to copy and paste to the button column type, and you're good to go. So enjoy creating custom buttons in Stackby. I'll see you on the other side.